again, season 1 didn't have enough attempted murder between the members, so it was great to involve that a bit more this time around.
This is the first time you've ever willingly returned to a school. How does it feel?
Like returning to the scene of the crime. I already know where the bodies are buried.
Hi, how are you?
Good. All right, how are you?
Very well.
Hi, girls, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, thank you for talking to me today. Because I think one of my favorite moments from season 1 is when Wednesday finally gets to hug Enid. I think it's one of my favorite scenes in any TV show ever. And we all thought that their friendship was going to go uphill from there, but we are now with Enid feeling left aside and neglected by Wednesday once more. What can you tell me about the way their relationship has shifted in contrast to season 1?
I think a lot has shifted since season 1. I think now they have sort of unspoken understanding of one another. They both can read each other without having to say anything. And because of that, Enid is super confused why Wednesday is pushing her aside. She feels kind of, like you said, neglected or shoved to the side. She doesn't understand, little does she know, because of this premonition that Wednesday's had. She's trying to keep her safe. But that definitely poses a challenge for the two of them and their friendship, and definitely puts it to the test in this season.
And it's great talking to you today because I love the way that Wednesdays has put on the spotlight on Morticia and Wednesday's relationship this season. And it is because I think the stories about mother and daughter's relationships are always so beautiful and so frustrating to experience. So I wanted to ask you, I'm going to start with Catherine. How was it for you experiencing this new relationship with Wednesday, also having Morticia having to deal with her own mother?
It was just, I just relished it when it jumped off the page and when, you know, this arc was creative, because in the first season 1, I was just in there for a little bit, setting up this, the family as Wednesday went on her journey. It was wonderful to have this dynamic of this contentious, deeply rooted in love and family values, with this mother-daughter relationship with Wednesday, and then couple that with my contentious relationship with my mother, and this kind of triangle of women who are very similar but yet so different. You know, the same bloodline, but by gosh, are they different. And I think a lot of, not just women, a lot of families will be able to relate to this dynamic. It's humorous, it's tragic, it's fun, it's scary, it's really it gets quite mean sometimes. That's all the things that I think, you go through as a parent.
I love that your character has a bigger spotlight this time. And I always find it so ironic that even though she's a siren and she's supposed to be the one that gets to manipulate people, she's the one that's constantly being manipulated by others. So I want to know, how do you feel about that dynamic that your character has encountered, or how does she face manipulation, feeling powerless when she should have that power to control the others?
I mean, I think that's exactly why she has this complicated relationship with her power, because it gives her, this ability to really take advantage of folks around her, and she doesn't enjoy it, and that's why it's so harrowing when it's happening to her. It's her worst nightmare. Repeated back to her, and she's really gotta work through it in this way because she's also, proud to be an outcast, and it's tough to juggle that next to also, kind of being undermined with this home that she's created and this family that she's built. So it's a really tough challenge for her to balance the two.
There is this beautiful cathartic moment in which they have this duelo a ciegas where they fight with swords. So how was the preparation for that scene, which I think is one of the highlights of this season?
I agree with you. It's one of my favorite things to come out of the show, season 1 or 2. It's such a pleasure to do that with someone as talented as Catherine, who not only has great experience as a dancer, but also sword fighting. But also, it's just one of those great cinematic, scenes and encounters in our show that, you could tell someone like Tim has a ball with. And we also had the incredible Vic Armstrong come along and help us with some of those stunts and sequences. And, he's a legend in his own right. And it's really such a pleasure. My favorite parts of the show oftentimes revolve around the Addams family interacting with one another, and they're such an unconventional family and such a strange family, and season 1 didn't have enough attempted murder between the members, so it was great to involve that a bit more this time around.
Being an outcast is always about being different, and a lot of people connect to that in their very own ways. I think the Wednesday fandom has been built with people that are different because of their ethnicity, because of their queerness, and other kind of differences. So I wanted to ask you, has ever any fans talked to you about how they feel more comfortable with themselves because of how you portray outcasts?
Yeah, it's actually been such a nice thing to hear that people have resonated and related to all of these characters, and how much it's changed people's perspectives or made them more confident in themselves. And I think, not to speak for both of us, but it's just so nice to be a part of something like that and to be a role model for people, and just to help people come to terms and become more confident and accept themselves.
Yeah, I'm realizing now how, wonderful it is that Wednesday is so vastly loved, because it means that we all love these creepy and kooky things, but we've never had really the opportunity to share it with folks in such a wide scale. So I think that's a really beautiful trait of the show.
Thank you so much, Joey and Emma, for talking to me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for talking to me today, and congratulations on season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wednesday Addams is here. It's Addams with 2 Ds, like padded room.